move to next question. Question number 21. The process in which complex substances are broken down into simpler ones is referred to as A. Catabolism, B. Metabolism, C. Tropism, D. Anabolism. You have option A as catabolism, that's the breaking down of complex molecule into simpler one. Metabolism is the sum total of all the reactions taking place in an organism, both catabolism and anabolism. Tropism is the response made by parts of plant towards a particular external stimulus, while anabolism is the building up of complex molecule from a simple one. Therefore, the answer to this question is catabolism. That's option A. Catabolism. Next question. The main structure in vertebrates that support and protect the body is the A. Ligament, B. Muscle, C. Joint, D. Skeleton. The main structure in vertebrates that support, the emphasis here is laid on support and protection. And we know ligament there is just part of the skeletal system. That is the tissue that joins two bones together in a joint. Then we have the muscles also. They are also part of the skeleton that enable movement in all parts of the body. They enable movement. For us to move parts of our body is with the help of the muscles. Then we have the joint. The joint also is part of the skeleton where the bones are joined together in the body. They also help in moving parts of our body. Then we have the skeleton. This skeleton encompasses all other options here. The skeleton is a body framework that gives support, shape, and protection. Therefore, the answer to this question is skeleton. The next question, question number 23. The enzyme present in the saliva is A. Lipase, B. Pepsin, C. Thiolin, D. Renin. All of them are enzymes, but not all of them are present in saliva. We have the lipase. The lipase is only present in the small intestine. We have the pepsin present in the stomach. We have the thiolin present in saliva, and we have the renin present also in the stomach. And the emphasis is the one present in saliva, which is the thiolin. So option C is the answer to this question. Question number 24. Which blood cells are involved in the immune response of vertebrates? The blood cell involved in immune response of vertebrates. Now, the emphasis is on immune response. That's the body immunology, the body defense mechanism. Which of this blood type is involved? We have A, lymphocyte, B, erythrocyte, C, monocyte, and D, you have a phagocyte. Here we have the lymphocyte, which is secreted by the lymphatic system, which is actually the blood type that is responsible to build the body immune system of vertebrates. Then we have the erythrocyte. These are the red blood cells that are specialized in transporting of oxygen and the carbon dioxide around the body. We have the monocyte and the phagocyte, which are also produced in the blood, which also assist in immune system. But the major one here, which the sole responsibility is to build up the immune system of vertebrate, is option A. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, lymphocytes. Next question, we have question number 25. The circulatory system of vertebrate consists of A, heart, aorta, capillaries, and veins. B, heart, aorta, veins, and arteries. C, heart, vena cava, arteries, and vein. D, heart, arteries, capillaries, and veins. Now you look at the four options. From the diagram you have here on the board, you see that the heart is connected to the artery, and the artery is connected to the capillaries. The capillary move and join the vein. So you have the heart, the arteries, the capillaries, and the vein. Therefore, the correct answer here is option D, heart, arteries, capillaries, and vein. So option D is the correct answer. We move to next question. Question number 26. Which of the following helps in the clotting of blood? A, platelets. B, plasma. C, erythrocyte. D, leukocyte. We have the three blood cells. You have the platelets, we have the white blood cell, and we have the red blood cell. So the platelets here is involved in blood clotting. Then you have the plasma, which is mainly for transportation. The blood cells and other dissolved materials are transported by the plasma, which is about 55% of the whole content of blood. Then you have the erythrocyte. This is a red blood cell that help in transporting oxygen and carbon dioxide around the body. You have the leukocyte also, the red blood cell that help in fighting against unwanted materials in the body. So here, option A, the platelet, is the correct answer. That's the blood type that helps in clotting. Next question is question number 27. Which of the following forms about 55% of the volume of blood in man? You have A, platelets, B, plasma, C, erythrocyte, D, leukocyte. Here you have the plasma. The plasma takes the highest volume or the highest percentage of the total volume of blood, about 55%. So the correct answer here is B, the plasma. All other, the platelets, erythrocyte, and leukocyte are found floating in the plasma. Next question. Question number 28. The clumping together of red blood cell is called A, fusion, B, transfusion, C, compatibility, D, agglutination. Now, option A, fusion. Fusion here has to do with coming together, fusing together. For example, when the male gamete and the female gamete meet for the purpose of fertilization, you call that fusion. Then you have transfusion. Transfusion. Like we are talking about blood here, for example. When blood is given to an individual that is short of blood, the term you use is transfusion of blood into such individual. Then you have compatibility. Some people are compatible, some are not compatible. You have compatibility and you have incompatibility. Now, those ones that you can transfuse their blood convincingly without any problem, those are the compatible ones. But there are those whose blood cannot be transfused to each other. Those are incompatible. And when that happens, when you transfuse blood of people that are not compatible, then it will result to option D, which is the agglutination. So agglutination is the clumping of blood, the gum, the sticky together of blood. When that happens in an individual, you see that the blood system, the circulatory system of such individual will cease to flow. Because the blood will cease to flow, circulation will cease to flow, oxygen and the rest material cannot be circulated within or around the body. So the correct answer to this question is agglutination, the clumping of blood. Next question, question number 29. A plant tissue that carries water and mineral salt is the A, xylem, B, cortex, C, phloem, B, cambium, and here you have xylem, cortex. The emphasis is the part of plant that help in transporting water and mineral salt. Water and mineral salt. Cortex is just part of the internal structure of the plant. We have phloem, also part of the internal structure of plant that help in transportation of chemical compound like food. Then you have the cambium, also internal structure of plant. But option A, the xylem, is the correct answer. The xylem is the part that helps in transporting water and mineral salt from the soil to the aerial parts of the plant. Next question. Question number 30. Which of the following is a waste product of an insect? A, uric acid, B, sweat, C, mucilage, D, alkaloid. Sweat is found in higher vertebrates like human being. We sweat through the skin. We have mucilage and alkaloids. These are waste products from plants. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is uric acid. Uric acid is a waste product of an insect. Next question. Question number 31. The eye defect caused by the development of cloudy areas in the lenses is A, glaucoma, B, cataract, C, astigmatism, D, presbyopia. You have A, glaucoma. Glaucoma is just like when you have puncture or dot in the lenses of the eye. Then you have cataract. That's when a kind of cloudy area covering the lenses of the eye. You have the astigmatism. Astigmatism, uneven curvature of the cornea of the eye. Then you have the presbyopia. The presbyopia also is a defect of the eye, but the cataract here is the one in which the eyes, the lenses is covered by cloudy substance. So when there is development of cloudy area around the lenses, you call that defect cataract. So option B is the answer to this question. We move to the next question. The sensory cell that responds to dim light is referred to as A, the lens, B, rod, C, iris, D, core. Now, the question is the sensory cell. Sensory cell, so the emphasis will be on one sensory cell, then number 2, dim light. From the option, we have the length of the eye. The length of the eye lenses are not cells. Then you have the 2 major cells we have in the eye are the rod and the core. The iris of the eye also is not a cell. Now, these 2 cells, the rod and the core, the rod is sensitive to black and white color, while the core is sensitive to different colors. So now the rod here, so therefore the emphasis here is dim light. This is the cell, the rod cell is the one that helps us to see even at night in the dark. Therefore, the answer to the question is option B. Then we have question number 33. The part of the mammalian skin involved in excretion is A, sebaceous gland, B, Mapingeal layer, C, honey layer, then D, you have the sweat gland. The sebaceous gland is in the deeper part of the skin. This sebaceous gland helps to secrete a substance known as sebum. That sebum helps in lubricating the skin. It helps to lubricate our skin. That's why at times when there are some people that don't even make use of screen, but when you look at them, look as if they are clean, skin look oily because of the sebum secreted by the sebaceous gland. So it helps to protect their skin against dust and some penetrating microorganisms, and also lubricate the skin. Then we have the Mapingeal layer. This is a layer of the skin that also helps in continuous generation of the worn out part. In this Mapingeal layer, that is where the keratin and the melanin of the skin are being produced. Then you have the honey layer. Honey layer, that's the outer layer of the skin, which also helps to protect the inner part. Then you have the sweat gland. The sweat gland is found in the dermis of the skin. It helps to collect excess water, which will not be passed out from the body during heat condition as sweat. So the answer to this is option D, the sweat gland. Question number 34. The gland that is found just below the hypothalamus is the A, adrenal gland, B, pituitary gland, C, thyroid gland, D, parathyroid gland. These 3, A, C, and D. A is found on top of the 2 kidneys. The question now is the position of the 4 glands mentioned here. Where are they located? Which one is located below the hypothalamus? The hypothalamus is found close to the brain region in the head region. Therefore, if you look at A, adrenal gland is found on top of the 2 kidneys. We have the thyroid gland in the neck region, and we have the parathyroid gland also in the neck region at the side of the thyroid gland. The one found also in the head region below the pituitary gland and below the hypothalamus gland is the pituitary gland. So therefore, the answer to the question is option B. Question number 35. The absence of antidiuretic hormone in humans results in A. Drastic dehydration, B. Eliminating dehydration, C. Increasing dehydration, D. Decreasing dehydration. Now here you see that emphasis from this question is laid on absence of antidiuretic hormone. You know, there is difference between when you are deficient, that means you have it a little, but it's not enough to carry out its function, or maybe there is an under-secretion of the hormone. But here the question says absent. That means it's not there at all. And look at the option: drastic dehydration, eliminating dehydration, increasing dehydration, decreasing dehydration. In the first place, antidiuretic hormone ADH control the reabsorption of water from the nephron. The nephron is a unit of the kidney. Now, if this water is not reabsorbed, you see that the body will lose a lot of water. That is what is referred to as a diuretic. The body will lose a lot of water through urination if this hormone, antidiuretic hormone, is not in sufficient supply. But here the question says, when it's absent, what about if it's not there at all? That means there will be drastic dehydration. Therefore, the answer to the question is A, drastic dehydration, because the antidiuretic hormone is absent. We move to the next question. Question number 36. The most important plant hormone is A, abscisic acid, B, auxin, C, gibberellin, then D, you have cytokinase. Now the emphasis is the most important. Most important. The most important here is auxin, because this is a hormone that is involved in growth and development of the plant. At the same time, it's also involved in cell division. You see that the plant cannot do well when the plant is not growing and developing. So what enhances the growth and development of the plant through cell division is the auxin. So that is what makes the auxin the most important hormone in plants. All right, question number 37. The special pigment for color change in the chameleon is A, carotenoid, B, chromatine, C, chromatophore, D, melanin. The pigment in chameleon that results to continued change in color. You know, often the chameleon will always change its color to suit the background. Now, what is responsible for that change in color of their outlook of their body is the presence of the chromatophore. So option C. Option C is the answer to this question. Question number 38. Estrogen is a hormone that is synthesized in the A, testes, B, anterior pituitary, C, adrenal cortex, D, ovaries. Now, estrogen is a hormone that regulates the production of ovule or egg in the ovaries. Therefore, option D is the answer. Option D is the answer. The next question. Question 39. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to a receptive stigma is A. Placentation, B. Pollination, C. Fertilization, D. Propagation. Now, these options are all involved in all parts of reproduction. You have placentation, the arrangement of the ovules in the ovary of the flowers. You have fertilization, how the egg and the gamete will meet together to form a zygote. Propagation, that's how to develop a new organism from a single parent. Then you have fertilization. But the answer here, like I said before, that's the meeting, the union between two gametes. The correct answer here is pollination. Pollination is a transfer of pollen grains from the anther to a receptive stigma. It's also part of reproduction in flowery plants. Next question, question 40. The main reproductive organ of flower is A. Stamen, B. Petals, C. Sepals, D. Carpels. Here we have the stamen. Those are the main reproductive organ of the flower. Then you have the stamen, which is made up of the anther and the filament. The anther and the filament, that is the collective name for that anther and the filament is the stamens. Then you have the petals. The petals is a conspicuous part of a flower that is pollinated by insect, the invite insect. You have the sepals, and you also have the carpel. The carpel is also another name for the female part of the flower. So the correct option here is option A, the stamen. That's the male reproductive organ of the flower.